could it have fit any better? Hey, good morning or good afternoon or whenever you're watching this. I'm shipping the day after Christmas holiday, so I'm just gonna turn you on and you can ship with me. All right, I have not done much on eBay. I've accepted a couple offers and I technically went on vacation mode yesterday. So I am shipping everything today. It's the 27th, which is the day after the shipping holiday because they were closed. The post office was closed for the 26th. I have 8 items, which I'm really surprised about. Ooh, let's see what new feedback I got. As described, thank you. Works great. Thanks so much. Lots of family fun. That was a catchphrase electronic game. Thank you, awesome buyer. Oh, that was from Mrs. Frugal Trash to Cash. I bought something from her. And then I sent a bread maker right before Christmas and brand new in the box. And I found a box that fit it perfectly. And I was kind of worried that I didn't pad it more around the edges, but I figured it was pretty packed up as it is. Excellent sale, thank you. So that always makes me happy when I check in and I see that some of my higher dollar items made it. I love checking in. That kind of starts my day, right? Of course, if you checked in and it was bad, it would kind of also ruin your day, but oh well. Let's go back to orders. 8 orders, okay. First one is this necklace. It was mine, Stella and Dot. I'm pretty sure I bought this from a fellow PTA mom back in the day that sold Stella and Dot. All right. With jewelry, I like to wrap it up in some tissue paper. Kind of helps keep it from tangling, especially these long ones. So I laid it on the tissue. I'm going to wrap it around the length of the necklace. And then once the full length is wrapped, then I'll fold the necklace up. So it just makes a cute little bundle. And then I have some clear little bags. So I'll shove that in a clear little bag. Like so. Keeps it contained. And I might just do a bubble mailer for this one. I got out a box, but I think I either have some really cute ones from Champagne Shipping Supplies, but I would bubble wrap this to put it in there, or I just already have a bubble mailer. Let's see. I think I'll just do the bubble mailer. What tools do you use when you do your shipping? My favorites are my Accutech scale. It has a separate little reader here, which is really nice because the ones that are on the scale, if you cover it with a big box, you can't see it. That is just over 2 ounces. Fantastic. Oh, that's going international. Nice. Going to Edmonton, Alberta, Canada. When I ship international, I'm a little more exact on my sizes just because I don't want to get burned. So this is 10 by 8 and then it's flat. So 10, 8 by 1. Okay, open the customs form. It weighs 3 ounces. I had estimated 6. Click, click. All right, $12 for eBay International Standard Shipping. Next, okay, this is beautiful. I might package it, show you a little screenshot of this. I got this Eileen Fisher merino wool open front cardigan from Donatella Bottolino. She had bought a wonderful, wonderful clothing and shoes collection. Getting the air out of this bag from a woman. And this is, I almost kept it for myself, but when I saw it, I could sell it for $80. I decided to sell it. And this is going exactly where I thought it would go. Massachusetts, somewhere on the East Coast. I think of Boston. I think of, you know, the city. I think of New York when I think of ladies who wear wool, Eileen Fisher. And this is where it's going. To Massachusetts, which is nice that I can put it in a padded flat rate because that only cost me $8.30. Get the air out of that, seal it up. I put them in plastic bags for a couple reasons. It keeps them from getting dust and hair and stuff like that while it's at my house. But then if this bag was to ever tear or rip, there's an extra layer of protection there, because actually the clothes I ordered from Julie, Mrs. Frugal, she had all three in individual little bags. And my box came like with a footprint practically on it and a big old tear down the box. That clothing could have easily just snuck its way out, but because it was in the plastic wrap and it was bigger, I guess, because, you know, a little arm could sneak out of the hole, it didn't fall out of the hole and it was perfect. No moisture got in, no dirt got in. It was awesome. So I don't have to weigh this because it is a padded flat rate. Okay, good. These sold finally. Monster High DVDs. I picked them up. I paid up a little bit. I was trying to get them for like 50 cents each. I think I got them for $1 each. Sold them for $9. So paid $3. Sold for $9. But I think this is my last set. I said they're gonna go first class. Oh yeah, they'll easily go first class. I think this bag right here will fit them. I hadn't done a video in such a long time, so I just decided to turn on my camera and roll and get what I needed done before we leave on our holiday vacation. So I put this in a plastic bag because I happen to have one. I think it's nice to do that. I'll also, my husband, by the way, built this for me while I was gone recently, and it is this PVC thing that holds 2 things of bubble wrap. That was the best present, I swear. I was really happy. I think it was my last Disney trip I went on with my mom, and I came home and he had built that for me. All right, so this is bubble wrapped and ready to go. I just have to decide if I'm going to put it in a poly or if I'm going to find a box. What's the weight if it's in a box? It's exactly right. I can even cut this box down if I wanted to. Sometimes I have to think about if it's worth my time to do that or not. Be right back. Ooh. Anybody else have a little bit of a danger zone in their office? I have bubbles. I think I'll just fill that gap with bubbles. For this little $9 order, it's reconfiguring a box. It's not really worth it for me today. Where did my tape go? I just noticed that my whole sewing cabinet behind me was wide open this whole time. There we go. There, that's prettier. Here's my tape. This is from IKEA and I absolutely love it. I have scrapbooking and sewing and pens and pencils and everything you could possibly want in there. My tape gun sucks. Santa should have brought me a new one. Okay, boom. 14 ounces. I said it was a pound. Perfect. This is a super cute vintage puzzle right here. I'm actually gonna write a little note to the person who bought it from me. She's planning on opening it, but it is sealed. But as it's sat in my storage, the little plastic seal has come off a little bit more. So I just want to let her know, you know, that it did that. And she was so excited about this puzzle. She said it was the same one she had when she was a kid. It's Springbok Hallmark 1977. It is super adorable. Do you remember those characters from the 70s? Like the little cute woodland creatures? I had these on ornaments. So adorable. All right. So I'm going to take a little bit of time in wrapping this up because, one, it was $25. It's a decent, but it's so sentimental to this person. So I'll probably do fast forward, but I'm going to wrap this up. It's going to fit in this box. I think so. I love finding perfect boxes. Could it have fit any better? Wow. Makes me so happy. All right. Let's see if I was off on the weight, which I may have been, but sometimes I don't mind. Yep, I was slightly over. So she paid for $2, 2-pound shipping, going to Oregon. I'm going to change it to 3-pound shipping. It is 17 by 15 by 3. Let's see. Okay, I'm paying about $2.50 more than what she paid. That's fine. Okay. Great. That one's ready. I'm going to leave it open because I am going to write a little note to her really quick. Next. Okay, so these are some tumblers I got on Mercari. I got a big bundle of them. This one's worth more than what the person bought it for, but it had a crack in the bottom. I don't even know if you can see. Maybe kind of see there's a crack. So it's really for display only, but it's a Halloween one with skulls and kind of tribal looking designs. They paid, oh, they're only in New Mexico. That's why they didn't pay very much shipping. I was like, oh no, they only paid $8. These shoe boxes work pretty well for the tumblers, as long as you're not shipping them too far away and you end up with extra weight. I don't know, this came with something my husband bought. We'll use it. So that in the bottom. I'll use some big bubbles since I have space to fill. Sometimes I will take and wrap the straw. Sometimes I take the straw out. What do you think you use the most of in your business? I think tape for me. I feel like I'm always getting new tape. It is under 2 pounds. I look at the box and see what they say it is. It's 8 by 6 by 15. Perfect. Perfect. Now, all of these are pretty uniquely shaped. So I'm just setting them to the side. But if I had had several, what I would do is I would just write S Bucks underneath where the label would go. And then when I go to package it up, or if there was 2 Starbucks, I'd say Starbucks Halloween, Starbucks Christmas, whatever. So I'm just setting these to the side so that when I print my labels, I will put them on. You know, I like Little People. So I found a bunch of Little People at a rummage sale. I bundled these up because they're all DC, Wonder Woman, Green Lantern, Robin. Let me put them in a little bag. I found all these, this is Marvel, oh well. I found all these Ziploc bags at our Goodwill, and they were Frozen, Star Wars, and Marvel. And my kid is a teenager, and he actually doesn't want to use them for his lunches. So I'm going to wrap these all individually in a little piece of tissue paper, just so they don't rub up against each other when they ship. Put them in one of these cool Ziploc bags with a contrasting superhero universe. Let's see, they paid for 10 ounces. Here's my box. So if you're not sure, I just put the box down flat, throw my item on it. That's well under 10 ounces. So I'm good. Some people start to memorize the weight of their boxes, but this is what I do. Another tip, never close your box all the way. Leave it open when you weigh it, because if you're wrong, I might throw in a little thing of bubble wrap here. If you're wrong, then you got to untape your box. So, and believe me, I have untaped a box a many a time. 7 ounces. People ask, how do you know the weights of things? Sometimes I get up from, I get the item and I'm like, okay, is this mug gonna weigh over a pound? And I come over here and weigh it. So mugs lately, I've actually been burned. I've gone over a pound a couple times on mugs that I didn't realize I was going to. One of them recently, I just said, forget it. I mailed it to the person and I made 75 cents. Downton Abbey mug, okay. And it cost me $1.39, and I had to pay $9.94 in shipping, and they only paid me $6 something in shipping. So I made $1.52 on that mug. Oh well, things happen. So this is the next thing I'm shipping. I buy this Crazy Daisy almost whenever I see it, unless someone's asking an absolute insane amount. Mostly because it sells within a month, every single time. Okay, it couldn't have been more than $2. I think all mugs were actually $1 at the sale. So let's wrap it up. What did I sell it for? I sold it for $5. Yeah, it was one of those things. Someone made me an offer and I knew I was going on vacation. And I must have only spent $1 on it. But either way, sometimes you buy things, you get home and you realize the market's not there, and you have to decide, am I going to let this sit forever at a high enough price to make money, or do I sell it for market value and get my money back? Something to think about. I think this box is going to be too big. Yep, that pushes it over a pound. All right, I'm gonna go box hunting. I have a ton, just gotta go find one. That box weighs 6. That pushes it over 2. Don't put mugs under a pound. Just don't do it. I've got one around here that'll work. I know I do. This is kind of a heavy box. Oh, it's just barely. All right, I think this one will work. It is a box from Chewy to get my dog's heartworm meds. On boxes like this, I used my Rollo and I printed these packaged with recycled materials just to give the person peace of mind. I don't know. They're like, why am I getting this item in whatever box? I also really try to remove all labels with my address. Sometimes they are horribly stuck. You also don't want anything left with other scan codes, any of these other little labels. Almost done. 14.3 pounds. Perfect. I said it was 15 ounces, not pounds, ounces. Okay, perfect. And for the last one, the big one, I may not have charged enough shipping for this, but that's okay. I got a decent amount of money for it. This is my personal Consuelo bag. I bought it in 2011 at a school silent auction. And it was my first one, and I think I paid $140 for it, maybe $160, I don't remember. And I used it a lot. It's got a little bit of wear on the bottom, not a lot, but I finally decided to sell it. And I had it listed for $150, and I took the best offer of $125. So not all my money back, but I've used it for 10 years. So, I mean, to get a good chunk of my money back on a bag, that's a really great thing. This bag is too big to wrap it or put it in a plastic bag, so we will see what I can do. Hello, perfect fit. Thank you, Mom, for ordering things from Sam's Club. Perfect fit. Let's see where I am on weight. I am over 3 pounds, but that's okay. This person's in Kentucky, not that far away, which is not that bad. So I'm going to change it from 3 to 4. They paid $10.09. Change it from 3 to 4. Make sure I put the accurate length because that's a pain for post office. 21, 14. Cross my fingers. Oof. All right. $26.20 versus the $10 they paid. Let's see. I think it's because of the dimensions. I do have another box I could try to kind of squeeze it into. But it was one of those things that I didn't want to lose a buyer because of ridiculous shipping. All right, let's try this. Yeah. So I am going to have to pay $24. I could ship it UPS ground for $15. But that's not what they pick. They pick priority. So this is where you have to decide, are you going to pay more in shipping for good customer service? I think I'm going to, because like I said, this was my personal bag and I would have taken probably $80 to $100 for this. I got a really good $125 offer on Christmas Day. I'm going to pay $14 more in shipping, but it's all profit for me because I own this bag. I have for 10 years. Okay, well, we're done then. I go through and I kind of review it one more time to make sure I didn't do anything wrong. Sometimes I'll swear I've entered the correct weight in, and when I scroll through, it hasn't been done. So I scroll through one more time and see if this all looks correct. Review purchase, confirm and pay. Yay. Print labels. It pops up in this other window. It almost always doesn't work, so I have to hit cancel. Then they populate in a web page. I don't know if this is me or eBay that makes this weird glitch happen. Then I hit print again. It never remembers that I want it 4x6, so I have to change that. And print. Let's see what we got. I love my Rollo printer. Yay! Okay, so this is where I go back. I didn't close the window that shows the labels. All right, I fold these all up. Now, then I compare the list with my items. Anything international is always bumped to the end. Don't ask me why. So my very first one is that necklace, but it's bumped to the end. So next is the one in Manhattan, priority flat rate, and that's my Eileen Fisher cardigan. All right. I know that I should probably put the labels on these before I shove the items in, but I never do. So I usually put the label right in the middle instead of the little square because it fits better. Okay, and then I do what Kristen does. I throw it on the other side of my office. All right, in Pennsylvania, we have the person who wanted the Monster High DVDs. All right, first class going to, then I double check that I don't have any other labels or stuff on the box. And gently, another box. Oregon is this puzzle. Oh, I was gonna write her a note. I'll still put the label on the box. Seal that up in a minute with the little note to her. Okay. Can't reach my mouse. New Mexico is the Starbucks. I really hope she read that there was a crack. It says cracked right in this title. I do offer free returns. I know that's a debate, but for me it's worked. On something like this, I usually tell them to keep the item. I don't know. But I really hope she saw that it was cracked and it's just going to be a display piece. Usually eBay will side with you on that, but if you offer free returns, it doesn't matter. You just have to accept it. Okay, this awesome Consuela bag I never sealed. This one was one of my mom's boxes, so I gotta make sure it doesn't have her information on it. My area has those buy nothing groups. I haven't done much in them, but a lady did post boxes the other day. So I'm gonna go see when I get back if she still has boxes, and I am going to go pick them up. Take off off my mom's label. And this person in Elizabethtown, Kentucky, getting a new a new Consuela bag. That is a big one. Oh, here's one of those little labels I was talking about. These are the things you have to remove, the little identifying scan codes and labels. All right. That was kind of loud. What's next? Del Rio, Texas. All right, that's not going far. They got the DC Little People. One of the hardest boxes for me to find are these small ones, so I've ordered small boxes because you can get free USPS boxes, and when you order things to be shipped to you, they're usually in semi-decent sized boxes, but this is a 6x4x4. These are the hardest boxes for me to find free, so I order them. And all my first class mail has a 50-cent handling charge because I'm either using a poly mailer that isn't free to me or a box that wasn't free to me. So I figured I'd charge up the 50 cents to help pay for the shipping. Okay, this is this mug that I had to try 3 different boxes to make it work. And I still didn't cover up that whole label. So sometimes I just feed out an empty Rolo label. These are ones I get from UPS. Sometimes I'll just feed out an empty one and use it to cover anything. I might write thank you or something on that, but so I just put an empty label over some of the information. Oh, but I've covered up my package with recycled materials. We all make mistakes, right? So I participate in Instagram quite a bit, and something that I notice, Instagram can be a place for people to complain. Oh, this customer's this way, and oh, I screwed up this, and I lost money on this, and it can be a real negative place, I have noticed. Here's my international one. I'm going to secure that with just one more piece of tape across the back, especially since it's going international. I don't know. I think they might open them, but I like to be extra safe. So back to Instagram. It can be negative. And I like to surround myself with positive people. So I try to be positive. Now, not the toxic positivity and lying to yourself positive, but just positive. So I don't like to complain too much about to customers and whatnot on Instagram. I don't like to be negative about eBay and be mad at what they're charging me and things like that. So that's just my point of view. That's how I like to go about things. That was it. That was my very first ship with me. I've been recording for 45 minutes. I won't make this a 45-minute video. I'll do some editing. I don't know when I'm going to get this up, but I hadn't done a video in such a long time that I decided you could see me in the morning when I do my shipping with my Yeti and my no makeup and whatever. It's the day after Boxing Day. It's December 27th, and I'm getting ready to go out of town. So close things up here in my shop. I might do a little bit of bookkeeping today because I've got, year-end stuff coming up, and I wish you all a great day. So this is the first video I've done in a while at my desk. We will pick a quote. A Wonderful Women quote. Again, I don't pre-pick these. Normal is not something to aspire to. It is something to get away from. I completely agree that trying to be normal or fit in or aspire to be normal is not me at all. I want to be myself. I want to be authentic. I want to be weird. I want to be strange. I want to be geeky. Not going to find anything normal over here. All right. I'll talk to you later. Bye.